Um, Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Sunday Morning Yoga Church. It's an honor to be here with you. I am live streaming. I live stream every single Sunday, but today, due to some technological shenanigans, I'm going to go ahead and live stream to both Facebook and to YouTube for you. Please know that you can register for this class on my website at brittbsteele.com. There's always an option, a true option for you to donate. I never want that to stop you. And I invite you to register because then this class will live in your library in a members area, and you can gather up like a little squirrel. You can gather up some practices, and then whenever you'd like to go back to the practices or to the teachings, you can do so. So here we are. It's an honor to be here. I'm going to begin by sharing with you a mantra that was taught to me by my teacher. It's actually a mantra that invokes the energy of Saraswati, and Saraswati is the divine feminine aspect of everything that is colorful. So perfect for us here with our hot pink wall and lots of flowers around us and these antique pasta floors here in this old Mexican colonial house. And so I offer to you that when you close your eyes and you feel fullness and you open your eyes and you see colorfulness, this is the grace of Saraswati. And so I'll just simply share with you this particular mantra that was taught to me as a way in which to say anytime we sit and we're learning, anytime that we want to be in the grace of yoga, essentially, and of the ancient teachings, we are able to do so in a way that serves us, that touches us, and that we are blessed by these yoga practices. So that's what this mantra is all about. So listening, open your ears as if you are hearing the cosmos sing. Om Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupani Siddhiryambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada Ya Devi Stunate Nityam Vibudair Veda Paragaihi Same vasatu jihwagre brahmarupa sarasvati. Om. So welcome and welcome back. Here we are for Yoga Church, and our focus today is on foundations. So when you register for the class on my website, you will always get practitioner's notes. Those practitioner's notes will lay down the foundation of what has been taught to me as a practitioner and as a teacher and how I pay those things forward. So they are the foundational principles, if you will, of what we do together. Now, that being said, we always begin with the student-teacher prayer, which is different than the mantra I just shared for fun. And this student-teacher prayer is an invocation to say, hey, let's come together, let's practice together, let's learn together, let's grow together. And if there's any friction between us, me and live streaming, me and you, anything I say and what's going on, may we remember and touch back into our heart of hearts and remember that we are all the same. And I don't want to be hurt. You don't want to be hurt. No one wants to be hurt. So this is the grace of the student-teacher prayer. It's a lovely thing to take with us into life school each day, student-teacher prayer. So we'll take it in call and response. And this is in your practitioner's notes if you've registered for the class. Send the breath down and out the body on the exhale. Inhale to the crown of the head. I begin. Om. Your turn. Om. Sahana. Sahana. Vavatu. Vavatu. Sahanao, Sahanao, Bhunaktu, Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam, Sahaviryam, Gadababahai, Gadababahai, Tejasvi, Tejasvi, Navadhitam, Navadhitam, Astu, Astu, Ma Vidvisha, Ma Vidvisha, Vahai, Vahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. The foundation of practice. So what I'll do is I'll unfold for about 15 minutes or so the foundations of practice, and then we'll roll into an asana practice together. Know that if for some reason you don't have that much time, please do save this, and please do comment below. Please like, please say what it is that you want to say about this practice so that Facebook and YouTube continues to pay it forward to other people since we've made this class public today. So therefore, foundations of practice. First of all, a daily practice where you come to the meditation mat, where you come to the yoga mat, where you do something that anchors you in awareness and in consciousness and in connection will give you what is necessary in order for you to check in with yourself every single day and bear witness to whether you feel better than you did yesterday, worse than you did yesterday, same as you did yesterday, stronger, weaker, richer, poorer, more abundant, more impoverished, spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally. And so it's our daily practice that is one of our greatest teachers. It tells us and shows us the way so that we are able to know in our bones, that these practices are working. And we also begin to learn how to turn the volume up and down on what's working and what's not working so that we can get the most from our practices. That is a foundational aspect of yoga. So maybe you don't do yoga asana every single day. Maybe you do. I always have my morning gratitude practice, my morning prayer, my morning meditation. That's my anchor. And then I always have movement as an anchor, right? Deep presence. I want to be deeply present in the first hour to 3, sometimes 3 hours of the morning. That's imperative for me to grow and to learn. What is yours? There was a time when I was at the yoga mat and on the yoga mat 6 days a week, always and always. That's not where I am right now because I'm sitting a lot more in my work. I want to move my body even more. So I'm running 3 days a week, wogging really, half walking, half running. So therefore, I don't use the asana practice specifically, but if you're in a very strong asana practice, for you, you can use that. So then, mantra, that for me is an anchoring practice every single day. I feel into the way that my body responds, and I use that response to turn my volume up on how I'm going to care for myself, or to turn my volume down on the aspects of my life that increase anxiety, that I know to be true, that increase depletion, that I know to be true. So I'm constantly using the awareness of what's going on right here in this body-mind complex as a way in which to guide me to turn the volume up on some things, my self-care practices, and turn the volume down on some things. So if you're not sure, like, what self-care practices do I even want to be a part of, I offer that if you go to my website, and I'm not selling you anything, but if you go to my website, there's a self-care quiz, whether you're on my list or not. If you do that little quiz, you're going to be guided over the course of about a week to give you more and more and more details into how it is that you can learn more about what self-care works for you based upon what is the low-hanging fruit in your life and what are the things that give you the most value. So there's that. Now, when we look at the basis of our meditation seat, I'm going to take it to the mat for this. So we're going to head right on into the mat for the focus of these teachings. So if you're not on a mat now, don't you worry about it. You can do this with us anyway. You can stay with us as long as you so choose. If you've made a commitment to come to practice today, I'm going to encourage you to just pull up your big girl pants and stay for the whole practice. All right, here we go. All right. I'm just going to arrange this a little bit better. So today, one of my dear students sent me something about how today is considered by many Indigenous peoples to be what we call the day out of time, which, I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm feeling it in a huge way, as if to say, I don't know where I am or what's going on, but things seem crazy. All right. So when we come to a meditation seat, I'm just going to grab a blanket. You can grab a cushion off of your couch or a blanket or a pillow off of your bed. It doesn't matter what you use. I'm just going to use a blanket to begin. Meditation seat. This is also often, and will be today, our beginning of our practice for our asanas, for our asana. So what I'm going to offer is you bring yourself to a comfortable seat on your yoga mat. I'm very particular about that camera being straight. There we go. So now women, I'll speak to women in particular, that's the bulk of my audience, not exclusively. But if you bring your left heel in toward the groin and your right knee in front. Now I'm hoisted up on a blanket. You don't necessarily have to be, but what you do want to experience is that the pelvis is slightly tipped forward or tipped slightly forward over the organs of excretion. So I'll be over it with you. I'll sort of hang the organs of excretion and organs of reproduction off the edge of the blanket so that my pelvis can roll forward. Now I'll exaggerate this. As my pelvis rolls forward, my body would fall forward, right? But I bring my body back up, which lengthens the spine. Now I draw the navel center ever so gently in. It's not a contraction of musculature as much as just simply an energetic drawing in. Then I feel that the energy rises in and up through the crown. I drop the chin and I retract the head. Now this is imperative. This is an ancient alignment, and it is also being used in modern science. It's being used by Harvard in terms of the research that they're doing in a practice called flipping the switch. It's being used in mindfulness-based meditation practices. It's being used in trauma work. It's being used in all of these ways. So this is ancient and it is practical for today. So we sit right here again. I lift myself up. I gently up forward. I draw back in. Navel drops in. Energy is in up the spine. Crown of it reaches. Chin drops ever so gently. And then I retract it. Chin drops ever so gently. And then I retract it. Walk like a chin. Boom. Now why do I set up this way? Now the spine is vertical. The lungs are in a position where they can receive maximum oxygen. And then palms can face down to lay the foundation to steady my foundation, stabilize my foundation. So chin drops gently, retracting. Corners of the lips lifting, nostrils flaring. So we're going to do a practice called flipping the switch right here. That's a modern term, but it's essentially one of the best ways for you to shift out of stress response and move your whole body into relaxation response. So it looks like this. And breath down, elbow down, exhale. Inhale, draw the breath. And now as if you have a red string along the spine. And then exhale and send the breath down. Navel center draws in. Rib cage up and over the pelvis. Chin drops down. Retracts. Inhale, draw the breath in and out for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let your eyes close. Notice what's happening in your body. If you were to practice this every single morning, you would begin to establish a deeper level of intimacy with yourself, with your body-mind complex. So you would then know if you were starting your day out already depleted, if you were starting your day out overstimulated, if you were starting your day out full, and you would know with practice what self-care practices you could implement to turn the volume up on the things that fuel you, and turn the volume down on the things that deplete you. Now, if your knees can't hold this particular meditation seat, right, or you can in an asana seat, the other option is to take this blanket and roll it up and bring it right on in, like a Tootsie Roll, between the knees. And I can voice this up even higher if I need to. I don't want to be sitting on my heels as much as I'm sort of sitting between my heels here. The navel center draws in, the energy moves down, and out the bottom on the exhale. It's the same alignment in terms of pelvis, tipping gently forward, rib cage coming back in and out, energy moving in and out, like squeezing into a toothpaste, and then chin drops down, head retracts. It's the exact same practice. Hands resting on the knees. Same practice. So this is the basis of meditation seat. This is also the basis of beginning our asana practice. So I'm just simply going to invite you to choose the seat that works for you for now. Foundational practice. Lifting the corners of your lips, letting the nostrils flare gently. I'm going to circle us back to the foundation of our work together as we look at the precepts of practice. Make the breath be free and easy. As if to say that when I notice that my breath gets labored, or I hold my breath, or I bear down, or I'm pushing or pulling, that this is good information, and I want to do what I can in my body so that my breath may be free. I may feel the breath cascading down the body on the exhale, and inhaling up the body as I fill the lungs with air. Exhaling down and out the body, inhaling, rising in. Corners of the lips lift, nostrils flare. That's the first precept, free and easy breath. Precept number 1, free and easy breath. Precept number 2 is long and neutral spine. There's a natural S-shaped curve to the spine. This chin dropping and retracting subtly is part and parcel of it. So 2 is allowing the tail to back and the pelvis to tip forward, the ribs to drop gently in and up, the energy to move up. And forward. Precept number 1, free and easy breath. Precept number 2, long and neutral spine. Neutral meaning there's no charge to it, there's no pushing or pulling, there's no forcing or retracting, there's no effort or avoiding.
positive or negative charge given the nature of any given pose. So we start simply here, long, neutral spine, and we take it into things that are more challenging and see if we can stay neutral. Or if we can't, and we find neutral. Those of you who walk along,
You know it as the sacred gray. Corners of the lips lifting, nostrils flare. Precept number 1, free and easy breath. Precept number 2, long and neutral spine. Precept number 3, relaxed body. You hear me speak of this all times, all the time, always and in all ways. Can I relax here? Can you relax here?
Can you relax in a stressful situation? Can you relax in the unknown? Can you relax into the pressure that you feel? Can you relax here?
Free and easy breath, long neutral spine, relaxed body. For when I am relaxed, my breath is freer and easier. My spine is longer and more neutral. So these are like golden links connected together to make the whole, the triad, base. So let's say this is all you had time for. Hope that's not true today, but if it is, you know that this right here is positively affecting
Your nervous system. And if that's what you have time for on a day-to-day basis, you're going to gather great
information. Then take a few moments with your journal and jot a few things down.
If I was in the student role instead of teacher role, one of the ways that I would
Consistently be establishing my foundation is I have a notebook open with a pen ready all the time in my practice. And anytime there was an aha, anytime there was a big teaching that came in through my teacher or through my body, I jot that down. That's the power of the practice for me. That's how I stay connected to my own foundation. Use mine your way. Free and easy breath, long neutral spine, relaxed body, base of meditation seat here, or base of meditation seat here. Right? Again,
doesn't matter how high you hoist yourself up. Pelvis falls forward just a bit. I just want to avoid the rounding of the spine that so frequently happens when I'm stiff. And I think I can sit and meditate like this. And the truth is, I just can't, right? There's no energy moving through the body. It's like I'm standing watering the garden, but I'm standing on the garden wires. It's just not going to work, is it? So I want to set myself up again so that I'm hoisted up. Pelvis tips forward, rear cage expands.
it's like there's a beautiful wingspan behind me, hands touch down. You choose it. From this place, I will just chant the student-teacher prayer once more. You feel into it, you may chant it along with me if you know it. Sending breath down and out the body on the exhale, inhale into the crown. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahana Bhunatu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinadhitam Astu Ma Vidishavahi. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
The more you practice chanting, the more you'll find you sort of
Settle into a pool of stillness at the end of your chant, and there
you will find grace. So
another foundational practice is Pavamuktasana. We're going to take a modified version of this. It's one of my all-time favorites for grounding. It's called the wind releasing practice. I'm just going to send my heels out in front of me and give myself a little bit of a release. I'm going to roll my heels around. Take a few deep breaths. You could isolate this practice as well if you didn't have the time for a full-on practice, knowing that Pavamuktasana is a way in which to release the tension in the body, to release the crazy winds of the body, so that you can settle in again to your steadfastness. So from here, remembering that the breath moves down and out the body on the exhale, inhale in and out the body. Connect to that. Feeling as though you could plunge the breath down and out and siphon the breath in and out. Rest back on your hands. Squeeze just the toes, not the ankles. Exhale. Inhale, draw just the toes in and up. Exhale, squeeze just the toes down. Inhale, draw the toes in and up. Exhale, squeeze just the toes. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze just the toes. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze just the toes. Empty, empty, empty. Inhale. One more time. Exhale, squeeze just the toes. Inhale. This time, whole foot. Exhale at the ankle. Inhale. Flex the ankle. Breath moves in and up past the crown. Exhale, squeeze down and out. Inhale in and up. Exhale, squeeze down and out. Inhale in and up. Exhale, squeeze down and out. Inhale in and up. One more time. Exhale, squeeze down and out. Inhale in and up. Now rotate both feet over to the left, down long, over to the right, and up and back. Notice how even the butt cheeks feel this. The motion is that grand. All the way around, in and up. All the way around, in and up. All the way around, in and up. One more. All the way around, in and up. Reverse the direction. Down and out, in and up. Down and out, in and up. Down and out, in and up. If you hear lots of creaking and cracking and crunching, that's an indication that the body needs just a little bit more of this. We open the feet, big toes out wide. Exhale, circle all the way around, in and up. Reverse the direction. Down, out, and wide. All the way in and up. One more time. Down, out, and wide, and release. Now, let your hands rest on the outsides of the knees. Now let your spine just relax here. Close your eyes and feel into your toes, your toe joints, your feet, all the little joints in your feet and into your ankles. And notice the energy, the vitality that you feel in your feet, the foundation of your feet. I'm not touching my knees or my legs with my hands because I want to keep that circuitry of energy open. I want to keep the purity of where the energy is flowing in feet, toes, feet, and ankles to toes, feet, and ankles. We're going to watch this shift and change. I inhale now, I rise up. I'm going to bring my right knee in. Draw the breath in and out, in and up, excuse me. Exhale, down and out. Inhale in and up. Exhale, down and out. Inhale in and up. Exhale, down and out. Again, inhale. Siphon. Plunge. Siphon. Plunge. Siphon. Plunge. One more time. Siphon. Plunge. Inhale. Hold the breath in. Hold the breath in. And then flip the breath out and flip the heel like this. Hold the breath out. There's no breath happening. And then I inhale, draw it all in. Siphon it to the top, top, top. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. And when you're ready, and release down. Inhale, in and up, in and up, in and up. Crown rises. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Flip. And release one more time. Inhale. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. And flip. And release down. Now, rest back on the hands, not touching the body. Feel the difference between your right and your left leg. Close your eyes. You are experiencing the energy. This is prana in yoga. The word in Sanskrit is prana. It's life force. By cultivating attention and awareness, by moving breath consciously through the body and practicing pranayama, we increase intimacy with the awareness of what is occurring in our bodies. We rise up, we bring the opposite leg in. Inhale. Siphon the breath up, exhale, send it out. Inhale, siphon the breath in and up. Exhale, send it out. Inhale, siphon the breath in. Exhale. 2 more. 1 more. Now we inhale, hold the breath in, hold the breath in, hold the breath in, flip. No breath. Inhale, hold the breath in, hold the breath in, hold the breath in, flip. No breath. Inhale, hold the breath. I'm tucking the chin just a little bit. Hold it, exhale, flip. And 1 more time, just like that. Inhale, hold the breath, and flip. And release down. I'm going to release back on my hands again. Feel the difference or the sameness now between left and right side of the body. You see, anytime we turn our attention back to our bodies, we deepen the connection to what we know to be balanced, harmonious, and free. The more we are aware of what that looks like and feels like in our own bodies, the more we are able to turn toward the practices that give us more of that. And less of, we'll just say, the other. So now I'm going to rise back up and come back into my right foot. Left hand goes webbing to webbing, the fingers to webbing the toes. I'm going to go all the way in and rotate that ankle around. I'm going to inhale and exhale. I sit up tall. The breath is like this. One more. Then I take my hand to the heel, flex the ankle, to the outside of the knee, into the shoulder. Inhale, crossover. Inhale, circle around. I take the heel all the way in toward the groin. I bring my hand to the knee and I flick the knee. Inhale, exhale. And then I pulse the breath. In time, this is 108 of these little guys. We'll call that good now. Release the legs out, rest back. Take a moment and breathe. These practices change the biochemistry of the body. They help release stress and stress hormones in the body. They help clear out stress hormones previously produced. And they help to produce relaxation response biochemicals. As a result, there's less rigidity and separateness between where we end and the world begins. We have more access to energy and potential. As we're ready now, we're going to grab the left foot in, webbing to webbing, all the way in and up. Pull those toes, circle the way around. You got it. So I'm bearing down on the toes, a little bit yeltsy. Squeezing all the way around on those toes, circling, inhale and exhale. Spine is tall. Hand to the heel, Flex the toes back, hand to the outside of the knee. Inhale to the same side shoulder, smear it across. Inhale around, exhale. You may find you need to cough, you may find you need to sneeze, you may find you need to clear your throat, you may find you need to blow your nose, all those things work. Inhale, exhale, release the heel out, and then bring the heel into the groin, turn toward the knee,
Little tiny pulse. So the pulse is more like a dropping of a single of dish soap into crystal clear
your water, and you take your fingers down into that water and you stir it. So it's more of a stirring than a forcing the knee into a particular position. Inhaling and exhaling through the nostrils, relaxing shoulders, or tiny little pulses in the breath is where we go eventually. It's going to feel a little strained. It's going to feel a little excessive. That's good. We're eventually going to 108. We'll go with that for today. Reach the legs out, settle back on my hands. Let's say you had to walk into. So what you don't know just happened is my partner just snored. That's what just happened. I heard him. So he's doing his own version of Pavanmuktasana off camera. ¿Qué pasó, Víctor? Can't take these things personally. Then as we're ready, we're going to release out of that. You're going to come to a comfortable seat.
Gassy.
I'm going to comfortable seat.
We're not maybe.
Thumbs here. Take the arms out in front of the body. Hands a little bit lower than the shoulder. Right here, squeeze the fingers. Thumb comes into the hand, wrap the fingers around. Inhale. I keep my breath coordinated with my hands. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale.
Try to relax the face muscles. Try to keep the breath really full and deep. Try to keep the inhale and the exhale relatively equal. Inhale, open the arms out. Exhale, squeeze the hands in. Strong. Until you tremble. Inhale out. Squeeze. Inhale out. Squeeze. Inhale out. Squeeze. Inhale, raise the elbows up. Now you roll the belly in and down. Inhale up. Roll the belly in and down. Inhale up. Roll the belly in and down. One more time. Inhale. Roll the belly. Elbows out to the sides. Inhale to the right side. Exhale back to center. Inhale to the left side. Exhale back to center. Inhale. Come back to center. Inhale. This stuff doesn't make the cover of Yoga Journal, as my teacher says. Exhale. Squeeze, release the arms down. Inhale.
Hold the breath. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Hold the breath. One more time. Hold it longer. And exhale. Now rest here for just a moment.
Memorize this body experience. Feel how your skin feels. heart. Paul says not only your heart. But once you hear it, you feel it in your hair follicles, in your toes. Backs of your thighs and creases of your joints.
This is paying attention. This is laying a foundation. It's not glamorous, but it's profoundly impactful. So as you're ready, let's find our way now onto our hands and knees. Let the hips shift side to side here, a gentle shifting. Feeling how the belly opens. So let's say some mornings you just have time to go to that very first meditation seat and you just sit there and listen to a piece of music. My favorite that I teach in Pilgrim is 108 Names of Davy. 23 minutes or so, and I have it on replay, and sometimes I get 3 runs of it. I get a good long hour meditation. Sometimes I just do it once, but it always reminds me of who I am and why I've come here and what I'm here to do and to be. Sometimes you might only have time for that crazy wind releasing practice, that Pavanutasa, and that's okay too. That's a great foundational practice. Sometimes you might only have time to journal about the 3 precepts. Do you remember them? The first one is free and easy breath. The second one is long and neutral spine. The third one is relaxed body. I learned those from Key McGraw from Hatha Yoga Center in Seattle, and there's been a slight variation that has come naturally to me over time. So they're a little different with me than they be with her. But I honor the source. Hooking toes under, draw the breath in and up to the crown. Here I inhale. I'm going to exhale now and send the tail to the sky and pedal from foot to foot. That head's just going to weigh nice and heavy here. I'm going to pick up my right foot and cross it behind my left foot and let my hips fall to the left side. Just feeling to the base of my body. At this moment, the base, my foundation is both hands and feet.
Release and then fold back, bring that right foot back. Pedal for a moment just to recalibrate. Pick up that left foot, cross it behind. Let the left heel come down, right heel stays high. Hip shift toward the right. My foundation again is hands and feet. Releasing, coming back in through center. I'm going to open my feet up to the distance of my mat. So width of my mat. I'm going to shift my hips side to side. I'm slowly going to walk my hands back in the direction of the feet. And allow the crown and head to be heavy in the back. And to be long. And soften through my knees, bring the heels of the hands to the base of the thighs and rise right on up. I want to feel the length of the spine. My foundation is my feet, my knees, my hips. My low belly, my small of my back, the whole region of the pelvis and buttocks. Crown of the head rises, rolls shoulder heads up towards the ears. I send them back and down. Forward, up, back, and down. I interlace and open through the heart center. So you choose which foundational pieces are for you to practice, and then just keep growing into those, blending into those, expanding into them. Big toes are closer than the heels. Hands come right on in through the heart center. We're going to send that breath down out the body. Exhale. And inhale and take those arms up and above the head. Points of the elbows spiral forward just a bit, and then glide the shoulder blades down the back side of the body. Can you swallow here? This is a key component. When the body can swallow, the energy is free to move throughout the body.
Relax the jaw, relax the eyes. Feel the big toes closer than the heels. Feel the arches. And then exhale, send the tailbone back and release the torso into a forward fold. Inhale in the eyes, gaze forward. Exhale here, let's go ahead and step the left leg back and release that left knee all the way down onto the earth. So we're going to open through that left hip. If, like me, you sit a lot in your work, then opening this left hip is going to help open hip flexors. I want to feel the pubic bone rising in and up, especially that left side. So I'm not dumping in through the left side of the pubis. Crown of the head is reaching up. I can still swallow here. So there's energy rising in and up through the low belly. Then I'm going to ground through my hands. So those back toes under, shift, and step the right foot back. Once again, I'm going to pick up that right foot you've been here before, cross it behind the left. Let the right heel come down. The left heel stays up. Spiral both elbows back toward the corners of the mat behind your heels. Shift hips toward your left and feel that nice long expansion between right hip and right armpit. Shift through the left foot, bring the right foot back. Recalibrate by pedaling. Pick up the left foot, cross it behind. Heel falls off the edge of the mat. Swivel the hips back and toward the right side. Turning the elbows toward the back corners of the mat, beyond the heels. Feeling that expansion between left hip and left armpit. Ground through right foot. Bring those feet back in through center. We're going to move in through a plank pose. Release the knees down all the way down your belly. Interlace the hands back and behind the buttocks and open through heart center. Inhale and exhale here, just a little lift. And if it's there for you, you're just going to curl your left toes under widely. So instead of just curling them under, turn them out toward the outer edge of the mat. Just a little. Lift the left knee and roll to the outside of that right. So that left foot is like a rudder. You're in a big opening here. Waking up that right shoulder. Front of the heart center. Tuck the chin gently. Bring it all the way back to center. Release the top of the left foot and top of the right foot. Recalibrate. So recalibrating is an important part. It's not rushing into the next. Like between relationships, give yourself a little bit of time. Hook those right toes under broadly. Lift the right knee, tethering, anchoring, opening. Feeling that right foot supporting you. Perhaps behind the left foot, perhaps in front. Inhaling and exhaling, we then bring it all the way back to center. How glorious. Recalibrating again. Inhaling and exhaling. We bring those hands by the ribs. Inhale, hook the toes under. Exhale, send the tail to sky and feel from foot to foot. We're going to float that right leg up. This is a beautiful foot practice here. Rising high on the ball of the left foot. Right knee comes into the nose or to the eyebrow center. Rising high to the ball of the left foot. You might find there's an adjustment that happens in that left leg. 2 or 3, 4 or 5 of these. And then we send the leg up. We're going to keep that back knee up and off of the earth this time. We're going to walk on up and bring the hands into the crest of the hips. Roll the right hip back. This is your foundation right here. So there's just no way you're going to be strong in this world if your base isn't strong. You've got to have a strong base. There's no way you're going to have that heart energy to put out in the world if your upper body doesn't have the strength. It's all relative to our age and our limitations, but you've got to be in that place of physical strength. You live in a physical body. Everything you do and say and share from this physicality, from this realm, is moving through this skin bag. So you can't bypass it. Your life can't bypass the heart. Your life force can't bypass the body. As you're ready here, go ahead. Turn your toes on over and just walk that foot in a ways. Not all the way. Stretching on the top side of that foot.
You got it. And see if you can just rock and roll over those toes.
Bend your right knee just a little more. There it is. And then float that left knee in and up. Feel how balanced you feel, or not, on that right side, your right side. It's that masculine energy. You feel rigid or steady, stable, strong, off balance, wobbly, wiggly, wonkus, or right on. Release that foot down. We're going to bring our hands down to our knees. Big toes touch, heels apart. We circle through the knees, but the awareness is much more about what's happening in the feet. Can you roll into the toes, over to the blade edge, into the heels, opposite blade edge, into the toes. Reverse the direction. Take a few of these. We forget that our knees are held captive between our feet and our hips, and so we've got to work them all out. We've got to establish a really solid base, foundational relationship in and among these three. Rising on up, shoulder heads up towards the ears. We send the breath down and out. Inhale, take those arms up and above head.
Gliding shoulder blades down the back side of the body. Spiral the elbows. You can breathe here. This is imperative.
You can swallow here. This is imperative. So we don't lean back so far that you can't swallow, because if you do, you just cut off the energy in the body. Inhale, rising up, exhale, send the tail back. Forward fold and crown, and always heavy back to the neck as well. Inhale, eyes gaze forward. Exhale, we step the right foot out now. We're going to release that right knee down to the earth. Release the top line of that right foot. Feeling the openness in that right hip. There's an energy that's lifting in and up through the low belly. Sometimes I think about it as a zipper from the pubic bone to the navel center. Right, zipping on in and up. Right there, feeling crown. You got it.
Ever so focus, crown of the head rising upward.
As you're ready here, we're going to go ahead and ground through those hands and send the tail to the sky. Pedal from foot to foot. We'll take the opposite side first here. Left foot picks up, cross it behind the right. Left heel down, hip shift to the right, points of the elbows to the back corners of the mat, right heel nice and high, expanding through left heel of hand and left lower hip. Press and shift, come all the way back in and through center, pedal from foot to foot. Pick up that right foot, cross it behind, heel comes down, shifting, points of the elbows spiraling back, left heel lifted, energy through right heel of hand, really work it through right heel of hand. Push through that right heel of hand. Spiral those elbows to the back corners of the mats and feel that expansion all the way through bottom, outer, right hip. Releasing them all the way back in through center. Pedal from foot to foot. We're going to move in through a plank pose. Hover forward, lower down to our bellies.
Interlace the fingers back behind the body, opening, releasing. Can you keep those feet down? This is foundational for low back comfort. This is a practice that if you find that you tend to experience low back pain, low back discomfort, maybe you're just not doing enough of this, and I'll show you it's counterpart later in the practice.
As you're ready here, I'm going to go ahead and lift up my left foot, take it broadly, hook the toes under, and then from here I'm going to press over to that right outer shoulder. That left foot remains a run. My head's not lifted up, my head's down. I can tell you this is comfortable, but you'd know that's not true. but it has high value, excuse me. Laughing and coughing all at the same time. Come all the way back to center. Releasing tops of the toes, recalibrate, lifting in and up a couple of times, and then pick up that right foot, hook the toes under broadly, anchoring over to that left side. Opening right there, you got it. Head is down, feeling into it. You got this. Ah.
And then you're ready, we're going to shift it.
Releasing it. Tops of the toenails touching the earth. Inhale, lifting. And releasing. Inhale, lifting. And releasing. Hands by the ribs. Inhale, ascend. Hook the toes under. Tail to the sky. You pedal from foot to foot. That tailbone is ascending, bending, and extending through the knees. As you're ready, we're going to go ahead and pick up the left leg now. This is that adjustment in the right foot, right knee, right hip. Bring it all the way in. Send it up. Bring it all the way in. 2, 3, 4, 5 of these until that right foot and ankle and knee feel. Just put all the way through. As you're ready, here we walk on up. That left hip wraps back. We're sinking on down. Again, strength is your friend, beloved. One of the things I love, if you can find my teacher here live streaming, it's Hatha Yoga live stream. You'll find it regularly. Her name's Key. It's so beautiful to see these 60 plus, well, maybe even 70 plus women just pop in handstands. You think that can't be you? I'm here to say it's not about the handstand, but it is for sure about the inner fortitude. Because somebody who can pop a handstand at that age, I can just guarantee they're pooping. Then that's what to say their digestion is working. It's just how these things are interconnected. We're going to come up and over those toes.
Standing on up. How you digest food is deeply related to how you digest your grief, how you digest the grief of the world. It's all connected. As we're ready here, we're going to take those toes and just walk them back and forth, waking them up. This night again, feel a little bit on the yellow side of things. That's our end. And then from here, we just bring that in and up. In your body, how this side feels better, stronger, different than the other. Round head rising. And then from here, we're just going to bring that foot on down. We're going to pedal from foot to foot. We're going to bring our big toes together, calm down the knees and circle around. 2, 3, 4, 5 in one direction, and 3, 4, 5 in the other direction. And then rise on up. We're going to your feet. I'm just going to turn for ease, and you're going to roll through the pelvis, circulating energy through the pelvis.
Noticing what's going on here for you. Your foundation. Your foundation, my friends, is in how you sit with what life gives you. How you move and dance and walk with what life gives you. These things are found through the body, through the mind, through the heart. But it all happens through you. Your life moves in and through you. It doesn't move through another. This is why it's so beautiful to read a book, but baby, you gotta live it. If you're just talking it, it's not gonna do you any good at the moment when you need it most. We step to the top of the mat now. We're going to give our energy now to that right foot. And then take this left foot and turn the toes out. And I'm just going to send that leg back. So I'm just taking a soft, gentle, small balance pose here with a little bit of mobility. I can bend and extend through that right knee. Take 3 to 5 of these just to feel on into it. I don't know about you, but I want to be stronger when I'm 60, 70. I want to be steady and stable. I don't want to be shaken and
losing it. And I think there's a great deal. I know there's a great deal of this that we can
impact and be impacted by.
That knee's gonna rise, climb in and up. I'm gonna snug that knee in by bringing the hand to the shin. This time I tuck on under like this. I don't want to do that. Instead, I want to keep myself, imagine my backside, my butt pops. It's like a big, fluffy, white duck butt. We had ducks when I was a kid, and I was always amazed by those white ones and how their butts stayed so white. How does that happen? Can't keep a t-shirt white for more than 3 weeks, and these ducks are living out in the dirt. I'm just honoring that duck butt right here, right now. And I'm going to take that foot back in toward the buttocks and just hold it on in. Now you're noticing maybe that this right leg's getting a little fatigued. See if you can attend to that fatigue by giving it more life force. Pump some life into it just by moving and shaking. If that's not working for you, then you know what to do. It's the obvious. You bring that left foot on down. Otherwise, we release that left foot. Now we send the left leg out long. We reach the arms out in front of the body, and we take an airplane pose. Now, as you're here, so here, see, I just hit the wall. Touch the wall. I encourage that. If you find that you're losing your balance, be near to something that you can reach out to, but do not use it all the time. Use it in time of need, and then let it go. As you're ready here, we're going to see if we can bring those hands down to the earth. And then open that left hip and see if that left foot can come in toward the buttocks. Snugging it on in. I'm going to bring my left hand to my heart center and lift the heart up and out as I press up through the ball of the left foot simultaneously. I'm going to release down. Foundation, beloved, foundation. Square my hips. Keep my hands down, bend through that right knee just a little. Reach the left leg back. Walk that left leg all the way back. So the left heel down. Rise on up into something of a warrior one. You know, and you'll hear me saying this all the time. I say something because quite the same as this body. You listen deeply to what you're experiencing, the movement that makes it feel better, and you move away from the movements that don't serve you. Take those arms up and up, opening that left foot, sinking down into something of a warrior two. Same thing applies. Take that left arm down and back, reach that right arm up and back. I'm not taking into this left leg, I'm rising in and up. Now from here, I bring this right hand into the space between the shoulder blades. Press through the back of the hamstring with that left hand, reaching heart center skyward. Bring that right hand down to the earth on the inner line of the heel. There's nothing about being in the practice where your body has to nail it every single time exactly as it needs to be. Sometimes your body needs a little adjustment. Honor that. Left arm out long and strong. Left arm floats. Left hand comes on down. I'm going to roll to the ball the right foot. Right knee over the heel. Float the right arm up to the sky. Beautiful work here. If it's here for you, we're going to reach up through that right arm, rise to the fingertips of that left hand. If it's here for you, I'm going to bring this right arm all the way up, bring the left hand just to the knee, and right hand to the sacrum. Eyes track back. Perhaps the right arm goes all the way back. Perhaps the left arm reaches out long. Release both arms down. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, hands to the earth. Tail ascends. Moving in through plank pose. Up and down onto the belly. Inhale, opening through ribs. Exhale, release. If you can come to your elbows now, lift up. Press your forearms. Low belly lifts. If it works for you and you want to walk those hands out a little further, palms down or fingertips. Low belly lifting, heart center expanding. Releasing. Hands back by ribs. Inhale. Hook toes under, tail to the sky.
Right leg floats. Right knee to the eyebrow center. Right knee floats. Step the right foot through. Rise on up. Crescent pose. Hands to the hips. Float the left leg up. Let it have range of motion. Back, no rules. Just movement. Foot comes down. Pedal from foot to foot. Big toes together. Hands at the heart center. Send the breath down and out the body. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, release the arms down. That right knee now comes right on in and up. Other side. Heart center opening. Hang with me, beloveds. Hang with me if your tummy's growling. Hang with me. Life is calling. Hang with me if you can. Somebody's selling something, maybe tamales or something on the street, who knows. From this place, that foot's just going to hover on back. I'm going to bring that foot on in toward the bottom. So everything is balances of energy, right? That foot comes in toward the buttock. I can turn the toes out now, release the heel, send the heel back, release. Send the heel back, release. Send the heel back, release. Listening to what's happening in my pelvis, listening to what's happening in terms of the foot on the earth and the foot in space. Free and easy breath. Long neutral spine. Relaxed body. As I'm ready, I'm just going to reach it all the way out long and strong. Taking myself into that warrior three.
That airplane pose, feel the turbulence. It's natural. Bring those hands on down. Here. Left hand stays down, right hip opens, right hand in support. Right foot comes toward the buttock. Press left hand comes to the heart, need not. Press comes to the shin, and stay down. You choose it. As you're ready, flip that leg back up. Square bending through left knee. Reach that right foot all the way back. You got it. Spiral that heel down. We rise on up. Inhaling and exhaling here. Standing and opening, awakening here. We go ahead and open onto warrior two. Sinking on in again. Take that right arm down the back side of the body. That left arm floats up and back. We're going to bring that left elbow to the knee. We're going to float that right arm up to the sky. Take that right arm out long and strong. Float that right arm back up to the sky. You got it. As you're ready, go ahead and come back up again. I want to go back to something that I missed. Bring that hand back to the shoulder blades. The body tells you, press through that right heel of the hand, lift it and up. You got it. Oh, such a good juicy squeeze. Release it on down. Right arm floats. Right hand comes down. Roll to the ball, the right foot here. That right side belly into the inner thigh, left arm reaches up. Perhaps you can rise to the fingertips of that right hand. Perhaps you can walk up to the knee and take that left hand in toward the sacrum. Perhaps it's here for you to take that left arm out long and strong behind you, and then the opposite arm in front of the body here. You choose it. As you're bringing out those arms down to the earth. Tail to the sky. Pelvis down, body moves in and through plank. Lower down your belly. Maybe on the rise and release. So you come to the elbows. See if you can walk out to flat palm. See if it's here for you to walk up to tips of fingers. Inhale, ascending. Exhale, releasing. Hands back bywards. Inhale, ascending. Exhale, tilt to sky. Left leg floats. Inhale.
left knee into the ground. Send it up again. Step it all the way through. High and low foot.
Take those arms up nice and high. Ascending. As you're ready, we go ahead and float that leg all the way through. Balance.
Exploring. Same but different as the other side. And then when you're ready, that foot comes on down. Pedal from foot to foot, bring the feet together. Float the arms up and above the head. Interlace the fingers, all except index fingers ascending. Reach up and over to one side. Keep the crunch side, the bottom side, long as possible. Eyes tracking skyward, soften through knees. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, ascend. Exhale, other side, up and over. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, we rise. Exhale, we bring those elbows down broadly. Snug those elbows in and back. Bring those hands back and behind the body. Interlacing, we're going to go ahead and open the feet up, hip width apart. Soften through the knees. Inhale, opening through heart center. You might again find you can take it all the way, crossing the fingers except index fingers long.
Soften through knees, belly's long. Up and over. You want to open that thumb as well and elongate through the thumb. You can softening down, we bring our hands in front of our feet. From here, we're going to shift on down to our knees. I want you to walk your knees on back. And I want you to take, if you are so called, the hobby pose. Sometimes we call it our contemporary practice is hobby pose. Round and down. Tails up. Full deep breaths here.
As we're ready now, we rise up. We ground through the hands. We're going to go ahead and take the right knee forward. So important here is, how does that knee feel? How does the hip feel? Can you get into a place and into a position where the hip is opening and there's not tension or pain in the hip nor in the knee? So if that means you have to be over toward the side of it, that's great. If that means that you want to hoist everything up on that same throne you have from your meditation seat in some variation as such, just take pressure off of the knee or off of the hip, it's all right. Take it as you wish. See what serves you. However you find your way into it, see if you might go a little deeper. You might already be in the deeper. And that's okay too. Hang with me, beloveds. Your standing poses are gone. We'll just be here another 7 minutes or so. I just want to make sure I give you the full meal deal. So then as you're ready from this place, we're going to rise up, shift to the outside of that hip. If you need to scooch that blanket out or find your way all as well. Bring that foot around. Bring that right hand to the outside of the hip. Bring the left hand behind, lift in and up through the heart center. And feel that nice spiral around. Left hip opens here.
So I'm much more interested in an open heart than a deep pose. I'll say that again. I'm much more interested in an open heart than a deep pose. So for me, that means I'm going to wrap this arm around that knee instead of cranking that elbow to the outside of that thigh. Because my heart will be much more open if I can rest into it, right? Relax here.
And then as you're ready to release and gently come back out, I'm going to come on back
All the way down. It's a funny one. You're just going to release down and snug that right hand. Lead all the way into the back of that right leg. And as you're ready, from here, we're going to go ahead
and uncross the legs. Hands come back and behind the hamstrings. And then rock and roll up. Before we take that other side, we take boat, we snug knees in. We reach out, we snug knees in. We reach out, we snug knees in. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more time. Reach those legs out. Cross. 2 crosses. Snug those knees in. Those little nutty nuggets. Making their debut. As you're ready, that left leg stays forward. Right leg goes back. So again, you might find here that you want to just hoist yourself up. Sleeping Beauty has awakened from his nap. Trying to help keep those puppies quiet. Because we are practicing yoga, we want silence. Darn it. I'll never forget when I was in Thailand with my former husband, and we went for a massage, and
to a Thai massage. We're both lying down on these mats, and the way you can get the
massage is if the grandma and the daughter and the baby were there. So at one point, while we were getting a massage, take my ex-husband's hand and put it on the baby to rub the baby's back while she was giving Larry his Thai massage.
That's it. It's just I practice yoga. And right now, we're going to come off of that, however you want to, and
Deepen into it here. You're doing great work. You're so flexible today. She wants us to. I just want you to know that these practices are here for you always and in all ways. And when life gives you funky, plunky stuff, you got choices always. We can't choose what comes our way. A smile being plastered on our face and saying, "It's okay, I'm okay, everything's good." It's like, how do I move this world? It's that we're not moving things through our bodies, not as we need to. That right leg crosses on over, ground through the toes, wrap that elbow around, lift in and up. You see, 100 and some years ago, when stressors hit, there were still cows to be milked and wood to be chopped. floors to be washed, grains to be ground. So we had to move those energies, those biochemicals, those trauma. But now we sit with those dramas and traumas, and we move from scrolling with our thumbs to our laptops, and all those energies just stay in our bodies. And then why our immune systems don't function as well, and why this particular virus, particular strain of constant viruses can just take down nearly an entire civilization, certainly slow us down. Take a step back, look at it through the lens of integration, look at it through the lens of where we're missing the mark, look at it through the lens of how I can do better to be a healing force on this planet. For this, start here in this community. Start here. Start here where thoughts become things. Start here where divinity lives. Release ourselves. Hands come back behind that left leg. We're just opening through that right leg now. Right hip. Take that left heel in toward the back, across the legs. Let the hip shift side to side. Bring the hands back behind the shoulders. Tuck the chin, press and rise. Knees come in. Take 13, 3, 4. This is the second half of those low back supporting practices. So the entire corset of the central region of the body is strong and stable and able to hold you up, beloved. Nothing out there is going to hold you up. You are your foundation. As we're ready, we release. Bring those feet on down. In this place, heels out long, crown of the head releasing forward. Navel center draws in. From this place, let's release ourselves down. Snug both knees in toward the chest and circle the knees around. Still foundation. Still yet. Reversing direction. Knees come in. Release both knees to the right side. Opening your heart to the left side. Wringing it all out, providing the body with the opportunity to breathe a little deeper, move a little freer. Bring those knees back in. That top knee comes back to center first. Both knees over to the other side, opening that heart in the opposite direction. center. We're going to bring those feet down onto the earth here. Toes face forward, hands come back up and behind as you lift the body into your variation on an inversion this morning. Just taking this gentle inversion, tail ascending. Inhaling and exhaling here. Five more really deep breaths. Inhaling to the very top of your kneecaps. Exhaling. Inhaling to the very top of your kneecaps. Exhaling. Top of your kneecaps. Exhaling. Two more. One more time. Slowly release on down. Hands come back up and behind the back of the head, interlacing. Lift the head gently. And release. We lift the head gently. And release. We bring both knees into the heart center. We squeeze it all the way up. We reach for the feet. We release gently. Two more. Squeeze in. This is the inhale by design. Exhale might feel counterintuitive, but inhale into the compressed belly. Hold the breath, and then reach it all the way out into your Shavasana. Let your feet fall to the outside. Our resident geckos in agreement. This is time for Shavasana. I've heard his chirp. Thank you. Knowing and sensing that on every exhale, your body is held by the Mother Earth. But in these moments, there's no striving, no holding. Just being held by what's available. Ours. It's all yours. So we wiggle our fingers and toes way back again to our favorite seat. We bring our hands to our heart centers.
Send breath from the crown of the head
down into the belly of the earth. Inhaling all the way back. Om. Om. Purnamida. Namida. Purnamidam. Purnamidam. Purnamudachyate. Purnamudachyate. Purnasya. Purnasya. Purnamadhaya. Purnamadhaya. Shishyate. Shishyate. Om Shanti 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 Shanti. Om Purnamida Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnamadhaya Purnamaveva Shishyate. From from wholeness, all things come. To wholeness, all things return. All things exist in wholeness. Sending love and grace your way. Thank you for your patience. Love you. Glorious day to you.